Spoiler warning for all of Act 2, you've been warned and will be again. So I only finished Act 2 48 hours ago. This is going to be weird, because this is where the real game begins. This volleyball minigame is harder than any boss I've fought so far, and I am including you, gross teeth. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 Act 2 picks up where Act 1 began. Gustav is dead. You gotta respect a game that doesn't shy away or forget a death like this. It hangs over the entire rest of the game, as it should, but we carry on into Act 2 with Verso taking Gustav's place, and I am sad. But I wasn't kidding earlier, man. The game truly begins here. Verso is a wonderfully complicated character, as we'll get to, but his skill set is as delightfully easy to grasp. Just be perfect and you'll be fine. I can truly never get away from Silksong. But Verso's perfection system, Monoko's feat gathering ability, counters being more important and vital to survive some boss fights, it all demands more of the player in Act 2. It demands you start to consider whether Ciel or Monoko is doing primary support, whether Mayel should go virtuoso or not use Medallum because you hate winning, and whether Lune is running a fire build or the wrong build. And speaking of Monoko, oh, so we're just expected to fight during a bop like this. This familiar but joking vibe between Monoko and Verso and SKA is a complementary addition to Ciel's complete emotional self-enlightenment in the face of tragedy keeps the group from splintering multiple times, Mayel's suffering directly leading to her leaps in strength and ability inspiring the group on. She is the future they're all fighting for, after all. And Lune, she is the leader of this expedition. She was long before Gustav fell. And that's good, because Act 2 has so many wonderful moments and challenges for this cast to overcome. From the most Dark Souls moment of this game, what a great boss fight duelist is, to one of the best depictions of grieving I've seen in any game, to this moment, which is somehow the first time I shed actual tears during the course of this game. Welcome to the disaster expedition, to this guy, to this assumed waste of chroma, to the worst best parkour challenge in a non-platformer game, granting us this outfit, thanks, I guess, to this moment of triumph for Ciel, to this heartbreaking scene leading into Lune's own moment of triumph, to the game begging you to switch away and use another weapon other than Medallum for Mayel with a plot-relevant replacement. It's so cool, but that did not work, to realizing this area is too hard for Act 2 until finally we are ready to take down the Paintress. But before the very end of this act, I cannot stress enough, if you think you will ever play this video game, just pause the damn video, go play Clair Obscur. If you never come back to the end of this silly little unrefined video, that is fine by me, because while spoiling the end of Act 1 makes one singular moment hit slightly less hard, spoiling the end of Act 2, I don't know what it will do to your experience of this game, but I do know that going in blind, holy fucking shit, you owe it to yourself to experience this art for yourself. Okay, spoilers for the end of Act 2 to the very beginning of Act 3. The trope twist, it wasn't real, seems to me to both be used here and critiqued here. Verso's canvas containing a piece of his soul, the world our characters exist in, our Verso painted into existence by Maman, Aline, Verso's mother, grieving for her lost son, creating our Verso to approximate him with his memories, the fake family, the numbers showing who the paintress Aline Maman can save, while Renard, the father, slowly plots for complete death to pull Maman out of this canvas where she grieves for her lost son in perpetuity. Mayel, Alicia going in to save her and end this fight, but also to be out of Clea's way, the worst older sister to ever exist apparently, so Mayel, Alicia comes back in and is both Mayel and Alicia, her memories restored. She fights to keep Verso's canvas alive, this magical world we've come to know alive, and there's still the outside world to be contended with writers and painters and decisions to be made. That is a commentary on grief, unprocessed grief, escapism. It's killing Aline. It could hurt Mayel, but that doesn't mean all within this canvas is wholly undeserving of meaning. Because why did I grieve for Ciel, who embraced death as it came for her? Lune, who was turning, looking for a solution all the way into oblivion? Because art can affect us, for good and for ill. You shouldn't ignore that, and you certainly shouldn't ignore the world or mistake art for the world, but art makes the world worth living in. And the definition of art will be fraught in the years to come as we work to reject the worst of modernity, AI's fucked up clown circus imitating stolen art, stealing a connection to reality from so many. But true art made with a vision and a value, whether it just be making a cool game you yourself would want to play, is of value. And that cannot be truly erased if someone is willing to paint it back into being, to cherish it, to not get lost within it, but to use it. Balance between the world and the worlds we create together, by ourselves, and in between. And Mayel, she prefers Mayel, chooses to bring Ciel and Lune back. The chroma of fallen expeditioners isn't pure, but can be used in other ways because it stays on them when killed by Nevrons, as Gustav realized he wasn't immaterial. He is impacting the story, both families, even now. And now, they, the greatest expedition, have a job to do. Keep Verso's canvas alive, keep hope alive. For those within, for those outside, for those who come after. This game is a lot, right? And I'm sure I'm missing a lot, and different interpretations of it are valid, and I can't wait to seek them all out. It for sure is an examination of escapism, and a good one, a valid one. But when I read Tolkien, I do not forget the world around me. I want to bring the magic of Middle-earth into my daily life, to how I treat myself and my friends and my family with love and wonder and joy. Good literature can do that. This game, I would argue, does that, and within the text, whether Verso's canvas is doing more harm to the family than good, well, we'll leave the thesis statement for Act 3's video. Having just played through Act 2 of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I am left with a want to celebrate art, and this video game is that. It is not perfect. I do have some notes on the balancing and animation in places and pacing, and none of that stops me from wanting this game to be celebrated. The reveals in Act 2, to me, do not take away from the meaning of this created world because it directly addresses our world, the grief we must process, and the joy that we can bring into it in spite of everything. Oh, merde, I didn't even talk about Renoir's fight song. What is wrong with me? Outro time. Can we talk about how funny it is that Tracy Wiles, i.e. Jaheira, and then Devorah Wild, i.e. Lae'zel, are here, and so is Jennifer English, i.e. Shadowheart as Mayel. When Sven Vinke made that prophetic speech about the next great game of the year at the Game Awards, I think he knew this game was cooking because all his Baldur's Gate 3 voice actors were in it, especially at the end of Act 2. What an Avengers Assemble moment of amazing voice acting, and I haven't even acknowledged Andy goddamn Serkis getting his flowers, literally doing mocap VA for an all-timer video game, him being the godfather, oh my god, of mocap. What a game. What a story of a game. I have so much more to discuss in the Act 3 video sometime in December, but this video is done. See you on Friday.